Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Just Another Tuner. Today we're going to be working on my muffler because my bracket to the muffler broke. So I was noticing it this morning, or yesterday morning, that it was hanging real low, and then I went over there and it wiggled around like crazy. So I'm like, well, that needs to be fixed. So I'm going to be just temporarily fixing it for now. Welding will be coming later. I'm going to wait about another month or so. I'm going to start doing a lot of body work and stuff to this car, which we'll get into that later. But for now, we're going to jump into this and get this fixed. Stay tuned. Alright, so here's what's going on with my muffler. As you can see, it's supposed to sit like up there, but I noticed the other day it was hanging down, and I came over here and wiggled it, and I'm like, what in the world? So let's see if we can get under here without pulling something. Okay. Alright, so there's the bracket that broke. It's supposed to be hanging right here. So what I'm going to try to do right now, because I don't really have time to weld it like I want to, I got some wire, and I'm going to see if I can just wire it in place for now to where it'll at least stay put, and then hopefully here in the next, I don't know, couple of weeks, when I have a little more time than I do right now, well, actually I'm going to attempt to weld. Well, yeah, so we'll see how this goes. But it looks like this used to be a factory bracket that was just reused, but I don't even know if I can replace this or not without having to weld it. So that's just what it kind of looks like. So we got to get this thing back up here and in place for now until we can fix it later. So this is what I plan on using. This is wire set. It's just literally, I think it's steel. No, I think it's supposed to be steel. So we're going to use this. We're going to wrap it around it somehow. We're going to see if we can just keep it in place for now until we can get the welder out, because I don't plan on starting to do any kind of welding and body work stuff that I want to do to this car until it gets a little warmer. So probably about another month. Probably wait till April, maybe May, and then we're going to start doing some body work and start doing some welding, because I got a big huge project I want to do for this on the front of the car, but that'll be another episode for another time. So I'm going to get this out. I'm going to see if we can somehow make this work to hold our muffler in place for now. Alright, so if you don't have access to a welder, this is always an option for you. Now, I don't have it fully tied together yet, but I mean, it's still going to give a little bit. But I mean, see how it's pulled it up, so it's not as hanging down low like it was and everything. So this is always an option to get you by until you can get to a welder shop or pull out your own welder if you have one and fix it. So I'm just going to finish buttoning this up, and then we will see what it looks like from there. But just, I actually have it wrapping around the tip in the frame right here. So it goes around out of focus. So it goes around the frame, it goes around the tip, and then I'm going to wrap that around a couple more times to make sure it's secured, and then just tie it off really good. Alright, so I got it all secured now. I mean, it moves a little, but it's not going to be all over the place, and it's not going to take the chance of falling or anything. So I've got it wrapped around the tow hook frame up here, and I got it hooked over here on the bumper, but it's not really holding it, it's just kind of helping it, keeping it in place. The other two spots are where it's actually holding it up, so that should be fine over there. But this will work. It should last a month before I can actually have the time to get to it, and as it gets warmer, get the welder out and fix that. So there you go. If you have that problem, this is always an option just for now, just to get you by. Play some music. Just want to give you an update on the last video from where I scraped off that terminal or whatever, and so far, knock on wood, that it hasn't let me down yet. So I was actually getting ready to start it now to show you that this is actually working, because I was having issues where when you turn the key, it wouldn't do anything. So this is what it's doing now. Let's see, let me flip this around. Okay, here we go. Starts right up. So if you have that issue, give it a shot. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just look up in the your right hand corner and you'll see a link to my last video showing you about scraping, or how to fix your problem if you have that issue of your car not doing anything when you turn the key. Alright, so we're gonna get this thing flipped around. I'm gonna pop the hood. I'm gonna show you all a couple things of what I'm getting ready to do, what I have done. Alright, so ignore the fact that it's still filthy dirty, and some of the wiring still janky in my battery, but I'm just gonna kind of go over some of the stuff that I've done or tried to do, and it didn't either pan out too well, or or it did work. So one of the things that I've done is, I know the oil leaks that we talked about, I finally fixed it. As you can see, it hasn't been, there's no signs of oil leaking. And I put my cover back on. I need to put the Mazda emblem. I still got it. It just fell off and haven't put it back on yet. So I like this much better. It hides a lot of stuff, and hides the feed line and everything. So, and it's supposed to be there, so why not? One thing I did try doing just to see how it would run, and where the Y did not run well at all. So the blow off valve, like, okay, so here's the intake. It just turns down, and right here is the blow off valve, right? So I got the bright idea to move the blow off valve up here, right before the intake. Well, the car did not like that. It boosted terrible, and so don't do that. This is like the perfect spot for it, is right down here, right at the angle, right when it turns, it makes the turn down to go from the intercooler. That's where you want it. Now, one of the next things I need to do is on all the wire, or the hoses for the blow off valve, I got zip ties on it right now. I don't think it's my boost gauge doesn't read as well with the zip ties, so I got one little clamp on it, as you can see right there, but I need to go get some more clamps and clamp that on down, and then that should fix that. But one of the things I was going to mention too, I don't think I have yet, is with these cars you have very bad throttle response. So when you hit the throttle, it like delays for about a second, maybe 2 seconds. So one of the things that I would recommend you doing, if you have not done this already, is ground your throttle body. So on your throttle body, you got 4 bolts that hold it in. So you got the 2 up here, and then there's 2 down below. And just undo one of those bolts. And I use kind of a heavier gauge wire. And it's one of those where I need to go back and, yes, make it not look as janky, I know. But all you do is the wire, you bolt that onto your throttle body, and you just run it to a ground somewhere. I think I got it running up there. And then you'll notice a huge difference in your throttle response. You'll hit your throttle and it'll be immediately open the plate instead of a second delay. I can't stand that delay. So that's something that I would recommend doing. All right, guys, so we got it fixed, as you can see, and like I said, it's just temporary. You can get that wire at the dollar store. So if this is something that you need to get done on your car, like your muffler's hanging or whatever, and you just don't have time to fix it or the means to get it done right now, this could be a temporary fix for you. So like I said, we got some other things coming up in the future that I'm going to be hitting on over the next couple of weeks. So hope you all stay tuned for that. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I hope that you will. And I hope you go back and watch my earlier videos so you can get caught up on this car and the progress that we made so far. And also, thank you for the ones that have subscribed. And guys, I hope you have a very great week, and we'll see you all later. Peace.